international nonprofit, entirely led student organization. We got started by doing medical brigades about probably almost 8 years ago now. And by doing the medical brigades and working in several different rural communities, we noticed that beyond just being able to provide immediate medical relief, that there was a lot of other needs in the communities. So from there, water brigades got started, public health brigades got started, and then shortly after, architecture brigades and microfinance brigades got started. We identify a group of leaders in the community, and we train an initial group of 10 to 20 leaders in the community to be able to operate what is called the community bank or the Caja. We train the community members on all the basic accounting principles. We help them to empower them to elect their executive board, president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and then they also have an auditing committee and a credit committee. So eventually we want them to be an entirely sustaining organization on their own. So going into actually what we do on a brigade was we have the community bank. We do just a mini overview of what our program is, and do a brief orientation with the students, answering any questions before bringing them into the community and really preparing the groups to enter the community. Then on the first day of the brigade, the students actually sit down with the community bank leaders, get to know them. The community bank gives them an overview, a background on their history. They explain all of the different roles that each community member has within the Caja.
Tenemos un pequeño banco aquí en la comunidad. Ahora de 2.000 lempiras, de 2.500, el último préstamo.
And then in the afternoon, one really important aspect of the brigade is an agriculture activity. And we do this with our groups is that we want the groups to understand how our community members make money, which is primarily agriculture related. All of our community members work in corn, beans, coffee, sometimes sugarcane and plantains. So we really want the students to get involved doing some planting of beans and extracting the sugarcane juice from the actual cane itself. Students really enjoy it, and the community really enjoys it as well, and it's a really great way to just get to know everyone and get accustomed to each other on that very first day. One really important aspect of brigades are the nightly reflections. So each night we reconvene with our entire group to talk about what the group learned in the community. We actually do a little mini training to prepare students for the next day, which is house visits. The group will spend just doing interviews in the community, talking with community members, helping to spread the word about the community bank. Another aspect of the house visit model, beyond getting to know the families and getting comfortable with them, is also being able to provide them with a little bit of education, how they can maybe improve their current situation with some financial backing, maybe utilizing a loan from the community bank. Maybe if they've expressed what their dreams are, something that they want to do in the future, how they can maybe utilize the community bank to help them accomplish their goals. On the fourth day of the brigade, after the volunteers have been on a couple visits with the families, they reconvene with all of the community bank members and kind of just sit down with them and talk about what they learned throughout the week and kind of just explain their visits with the families and the information that they've collected. And they give kind of recommendations to the Caja, to the community bank members, on how they can improve based on the information that they've collected. So they have a really long discussion with the community bank. It can go anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And we kind of leave the rest of the day open to either do some tourism or to kind of spend more time in the community. On day 5 of the brigade, this is pretty much an entire education Education Day. Prior to coming down on the brigade, all groups receive an education manual and different workshops, either for the adults, children, or for the community bank. On day 5 in the morning, they'll spend that morning with the CAHA doing whatever education workshop that they have prepared beforehand, such as like a business planning workshop, leadership workshops. And then in the afternoon, there's typically a community-wide meeting. It's typically an adult-focused workshop, such as budgeting. It could be about general concepts about savings, about interest rates, about loans, about the different processes within the CAHA realm. So it's really a variety of different topics.
¿Cuántos son las ganancias que ustedes le quedan al final de una cosecha? Más o menos. Vamos a ver aquí que diga.
Usually, if there is a children's workshop throughout the brigade, it's usually on a different day, and the volunteers go into the school and have done a variety of workshops with making piggy banks, doing skits and stories or games or songs, all related to savings. The idea behind this is hoping that children will start their savings young, getting them to make goals young that they want to achieve later on.
Hi guys, I want to tell you about my personal experience in Global Brigade, the form or the way how this organization changed life with the people in the community. Especially for me, in my opinion, these programs, this institution changed my life personally, because I see the life in different ways now. And I see in the communities, when we come in the communities and in brigades, and we can see later, and 6 months or 3 months later, the change, the difference, and all that kind of things is really good when we come to one home visit, and we see that person don't have like the opportunity for take one loan and have a really good profits, performance, or develop with their harvest, corn, beans, coffee, and things like that. And in the future, when this person have all these opportunities and benefits, they change the life for the kids. They can have more opportunities. They can have money for more food, for education, for health, for transportation, and different things like that. So it's really good for us to see all this change and difference. Thank you guys for taking the option for come to here for work in the communities, for big part from Global Brigade, especially in microfinance, and change the lives of the people in here in the community.
I came down this past February with my school, Richard Ivey School of Business, on a Microfinance Brigade. So because it was our first time, we really didn't know what to expect coming down to Honduras. We of course had an idea what we were going to be doing in the community, but really didn't know the type of impact we were going to have, only being there for a week. But at the end of it, we're all pleasantly surprised about the impact we were able to have on the community of Pajarillos, which is the community that we volunteered in. We also got to go on house visits and meet people within the community and really learn about what they do for a living, what their hopes and their dreams were, and get to know them. And for me, that was one of my favorite parts of the brigade, as well as many others that came down, because we really learned that these people in the community in Honduras were not much different from us students back home in Canada. I remember one of the ladies in the community coming up and speaking to us and just thanking us for coming down to Honduras and really thanking us for all of what we did here and helping them. And I remember at the end of it, she was in tears telling us how she was going to miss all of us and how she will never forget us. And for me, that moment in time, I knew I was going to come back to Honduras, that my time here wasn't done, and that I needed to come back and finish what my group had started down there.
La deforestación y contaminación, la pobreza, injusticia y bajeza, que con frecuencia amigo uno se encuentra en esta nación. Ponele mucha atención a esta canción de corazón. Es más la riqueza, grandeza, nobleza y más la belleza que hay en esta tierra, que es una bendición. Mira Honduras con otros ojos, y esta es tu tierra.